Thank you everyone for joining us on the Cloud Native Islamabad workshop. And today we are talking about the future of Sidecar-Less service mesh. Is it a dream or reality? Every service mesh, including Istio, uses a sidecar proxy as its data plane. With this pattern, a mesh can intercept and enhance the capability of networking communication on behalf of an application. However, this sidecar deployment pattern comes with a set of challenges, which include operational cost and complexity. And with the advent of eBPF in modern kernels and some coordination with the latest network capabilities, we can remove the need to have a sidecar and adopt a transparent approach. And in this talk, we dive into the future of Istio to show how Istio can run in an ambient mode while maintaining the feature of Istio running in a standard mode. So today I'm talking to my guest today, Rohit Ghumre, and he is walking us through all the new key capabilities of Istio and what the ambient mode is, eBPF versus Sidecar, and more. Thank you, Rohit, for joining us on the Cloud Native Islamabad workshop.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, absolutely.
Hello everyone. So I'm Rohit Ghumre and I'm developer advocate at solo.io. So today we will go deep dive into like what is the ambient mesh and how it removes the sidecar completely from the Istio and how it will help you for the Kubernetes journey and how you can scale your system efficiently by no, getting rid of your sidecars. So yeah, let's deep dive into it. So I don't want to bore you with directly to the introduction. We will go it through the slides and all. So let me share my screen. Yeah, my screen is.
Yes, absolutely. I can able to see it, and I will monitor the chat if anybody have any issue in being the screen. So you can start now.
Okay, let me start my slideshow. Yeah, so Sidecar-Less as a service mesh, and as we're talking, like it is a dream or reality. So yeah, it's a reality, and soon I we will go deep dive into the same and how it is reflecting all the way. So little bit of my introduction. So I'm developer advocate at Solo.io. I'm also the founder of various communities, Keep Up, DevOps community, developer relations community. So what are they? So Keep Up is like one of the student community where you can ask the doubts related to the trainings, internships, jobs, various opportunities are there. So go forward and you can get those things easily. So DevOps community is all about like if you are into the DevOps, security, networking, various stuff. So you can ask the doubts, you can connect with various folks, and you can also learn about the DevOps from the beginner. So I have various GitHub repositories for it where you can check through the resources. Developer relations. So as I am a developer advocate, it is like umbrella of umbrella patches of the developer relations only. So developer relations, we guide the various folks which are enthusiasts in the developer land of stuff. So yeah, you can go and join that community to check the things. So why this is so I'm anime fan, so that's why I have mentioned this. So ignore that stuff. So Twitter, you can see my Twitter profile there, LinkedIn profile, and portfolios there. So you can check out my profiles to get your questions answered, or if you have any doubts, you can get back there. Another thing is like I have LinkedIn profile also, so it is also there, and portfolio. So what is a portfolio? Where if you want to check my previous talks, my blogs related to DevOps and various stuff, you can go there and check. So yeah, as we know, like before service mesh, it was really hard to communicate between the services. So that if there is any service A or if there is service B, so contacting between the services was really tough challenges. There were various challenges. So to make it more simple, what they did, they introduced some technologies previously also, But yeah, there was also the problem. So we needed some solution which can do the traffic routing stuff. They can contact between the services. They can easily track the things. You can easily observe the things, monitoring, we say. So this type of things was not available. So that's why there was like we needed some part of it. So yeah, before service mesh, there was like different like if you have some code stack directly, but whenever you want to introduce some logic into the same, which can be sold in the market, so it was really hard. Like where you if you want some add-ons to it, so add-ons addition into the operation code was really tough. So that's why service mesh was introduced. And yeah, as we know, service mesh can separate both the parallels between the code and business logic. So you can add various security into the same, you can add the traffic routing into the same, you can add various things which can beneficial to your wallet. So yeah, that's what we mentioned here. So how we did that? So there is some proxy where you can initiate anything, processes and all. And you can also what we say, you can also add the add-ons which can track the observability, and various stuff are there. So platform goals with the service mesh, as we say. So there are various goals which can be achieved. So application level routing. So application level routing, as we say, like there is a traffic routing needed for service A to service B. So this application level traffic routing is easily done in the Istio. So yeah, it is your L7 proxy, L7 policies, we say. So in the OSM model, there are various layers, right? So layer 4, we say the transport layer, and layer 7, there is application level, application level. So why we need this routing? So if you want to scale the traffic, or you want to go through the various channels during the same, so transformation and filtering is needed every time. So that's why Istio is there to provide you the offload, application level filtering and transformations, and various things are there. So as we discussed, observability is really easy, and you can capture the logs, you can edit the logs, you can use it how it's like whatever you want, you can do it. So it is like you can provide the logs, you can provide the integration with the Prometheus, Grafana, ELK stack, and whatever you can easily integrate. So, but I would recommend like use the Kiali for this, because Kiali is little beautiful for the service meshes. Like you can see that various pods and stuff linked with each other. So you can, it is really beneficial if you can try. So resiliency, as we know, so what happens if there is some downtime and stuff, and you need to restart various things? So yeah, Istio restarts your system, so, but it will resilience that thing. And another thing is like it is like it can avail the high availability. So what happens whenever there is fail or something, downtime is there, so it will easily roll back stuff. So it is really nice. Another thing is it provides a zero trust security if you want. So how it is like it can provide you the mutual TLS between the services, and you can assign the certificates to it, and that you can provide the filters and policies, various things. So secure communication between microservices, as we say. So there is mutual TLS between the connection. If you know the mutual TLS, it is nice, but yeah, if you don't know, then you can check the various resources which I will show at the last. Uh, Another thing is, yeah. So how Istio works today, right? So so this is the main topic of our main topic. What we say, history. So history of Istio, it is like now Istio is like service is there, service B is there. So what happens? Service A and that envoy proxy, which is mentioned here. So it is mentioned as a red dotted line. What is that? Data plane. So what actually is data plane? So data plane is something where every whatever in our Istio is working. So there is sidecar attached to it, which is your envoy proxy. So that's what we are going to read off. It is not like it is not beneficial now, but we have now better version of it, which is sidecar-less. But it is also nice, like how it is nice, we will discuss it now. So the proxy is the sidecar of the application, and all L4 or L7 traffic goes through this sidecar proxy. So what is L4, L7? We discuss like it is a layer 4 and layer 7 policies of your our table. So what happens? Whatever this Istio control plane is there. So Istio control plane is separate from both of the things services. So it sends the whatever you need, like you need the security, you need the routing, whatever you need. So it will do for you. So it is showing like discovery configuration certificates or like which is for the security purpose. And whatever you need, so services will send the matrix to the Istio, so it can track the things. So it is nice, like control plane of our Istio, you can keep the track of the service meshes. So it is just a service A and service B, but when there are lot of services, then it is very heavy. So that's why we need the control plane to track it easily. So control plane deploys the proxies, filter policies, various things which can easily track these things. So yeah, it is nice. So what is Istio sidecar model? So as you see, like there is application one, resource, and envoy. So what happens whenever application one, node one, application one needs some job done. So it happens like it needs to access that resource from the envoy proxy. So that's why there is various drawback challenges. So what are the challenges? Uh, Overhead cost, like it needs like it has like different proxies for different ports. So as you see, like there are various ports and different proxies are attached to the same. So there is operational complexity. So every time there is a resource, so resource is there, and there is a envoy proxy also. So if you need some application 9's job 10 need to be done, so that is like it is really complex, and if you have to access that stuff, it goes really tough challenge, I guess. So performance is also down, like when you are sending the request, it goes to the resource, then you need to ask for the envoy, so L4, L7, and then it comes to the another application too. So it is like it increases your time, and that's why it requires some efficient time of a CPU also. So there it is like performance is little tough, I would say, not slow. So as you see here, I have since shown some sample Istio book and info page deployment. So here, as you see, when you use the kubectl get polls, whatever you say for the kubectl. So it is like there is a code page, there are details, ratings, and three different types of reviews. So this sample application is readily available whenever you install the Istio. So if you have never installed or used the Istio, you can easily learn how to do that. Just go on the what do you say? Just go on the YouTube and search the Istio live streams. So there are my live streams available. You can see how to install the Istio and stuff. Another thing is like here you see there is a 2/2. Why I have made this red box. So previously, as we see, like there is service A, pod node one, there was a pod and there was envoy. So here, what it is doing, whenever there is a pod install, it is assigning one proxy to it. So that's why it is like it is increasing your what do we say, various challenges, and it is adding the sidecar to it. So that's why do we need this sidecar? Because it is just increasing our load to the system. So let's try to getting rid of the same and see how it will beneficial, or is it really beneficial or not. Let's see. First, as we discussed, so there are like complexity issues. So there was resource, and whenever we need any resource to stuff, then it was really hard. There is application mesh aware, we say. I don't know why I put this name as application aware, but it is nothing. Just whenever needs to be job done, then it is really hard to track that job because our mesh is not aware of the system. So whenever it is like it is complex service mesh, so whenever it needs that job one to be done, it is really hard to keep the track of the system. Another thing which I told, so latency when it is growing through the application one to envoy, then second envoy, and then application two. So it is latency of 2 millisecond. It is contacting and taking the time. So another thing is cost. There is application one, there is envoy. So it is like for the various applications. So if there is four application, there is four envoy proxies attached, and in just one node there is like four what do we say, envoy proxies, and four applications is there. So it is like it is easy to say like it is costlier, right? So see how it is costlier. Another thing is introducing Istio ambient mesh. So this is our topic for the today. So what is Istio Embed Mesh, right? So new open source contribution to the Istio project, which is recently added. It is like defining the new sidecar-less data plane. So as we discussed that data plane previously, so here we are adding new data plane to the Istio Embed Mesh. So yeah, Google and Solo are the lead contributors in the Istio Embed Mesh. But if you want your name to be there, just start contributing from today only. So as I promote the open source and various things, open source remote jobs and DevOps most. So if you are into the open source, start contributing, because this is your chance to get recognized easily. Because in future it can be like your name will be there, Solo Google, and this. So how is the Istio ambient model? As you see, like there was like application one, two, three, four, and there it was like just envoy proxy, envoy proxy, envoy proxy four times. But now you see there is only one proxy. So whenever you need anything, you just have to contact through one proxy. So what is this proxy? We will discuss further, and how the L7, so how the L7 layer things will be done. So that what also we are going to discuss now. Yeah, that's what I told her. So there is L4 and there is L7, but how it will talk to each other, we'll discuss now. So yeah, is to embed advantage. It reduces the cost by reducing the proxies. Yeah, so it is crossing it. So it reducing the cost, but how? It is moving directly from the proxy per pod architecture to the proxy per node architecture. So there was previously per pod there was one proxies attached to the every pods we say, but now it is like there is complete node various pods, but only one proxy is attached to it. So there is really beautiful blog written by one of our colleagues. You can check at Solo. So they have written like how the L4 and L4 plus L4 and L7 policies can be attached, and it is reducing the CPUs and memory directly to the like it is quite below the whatever we can expect. So there were 3968 MIBs, and here it is like 384 and 768 only. So it is really reducing your time pretty much. And yeah, you see like Istio proxy containers required is just 31 in sidecar, and in ambient it is like 3 and 6, because L4 plus L7 is like you require different L7, and in for the L4 context and all, so you just need the 3. Yeah, as I have mentioned here, various things like how it is calculating the things like latency and all stuff. So you can screenshot it for the future purpose. Yeah, we have already discussed this. So it is reducing the cost by proxy per node, and whatever we didn't discuss. So it is like multi-tenant proxy is there. So which is you can search like Z tunnel. What is a Z tunnel? So we are coming with it's like I will be coming with a blog on the same. So what is ztunnel? It is like it will be doing your every contact between entire nodes. So there is only one proxy which will contact and have the conversation with various services inside the node. So there is not like various pods and nodes attached to proxies attached to it. So L4 is like lightweight and implementation proxy, which is we are going to discuss further. So mesh is transparent to applications. Yeah, it is like decouple proxy from application, right? Simplify adding new applications. Yes. So yeah, app updates are simply now because you don't need to restart your applications whenever you are adding the ambient to it. It is like just add the ambient and just add the new application to it whenever you want. It will not restart your application. Whatever it is running, it will just add to top of it. So it is like you don't need to restart. So it is best thing I would say. uh, Another thing is in future we can introduce various acceleration by using the eBPF technologies. So eBPF is like quite famous nowadays. So yeah, various people can contribute to various open source product, but you can think about some technology where you can introduce into the ambient mesh and it will increase your performance. And it is like here it is providing defaultly your zero trust security. So it is nice. What's next? Next we discuss here. So it provides the L4 matrix and mutual TLS. Uh, and yeah, so in future here it is like eBPF can be added. So we don't need the proxy as complete. These are the various resources you can think of where like you can go and check out how the Istio ambient mesh works and how you can deep dive into the same. So security things you can do. There are demo videos. Another thing you can go is like a search on the this training and certification. What is this? So what happens if you want to try out this system, like how the application can be deployed and how the ambient mesh is solving these things. So you can go on the Solo Academy, this trainings and certification. You can do it, and you can get this badge attached to your profile also, and you can flaunt it out. So there are blogs and there are various podcasts and various things are there. So yeah, feel free to do it. So yeah, I would like to provide some demo to you, which will be beneficial for the to give you some idea about how these things work. So what I will do, I will use some environment created previously directly. So I have created it by using the what do we say? There is Instruct platform where you can create one environment and you can easily create whatever you want. So yeah, let's go through it and you can use the same. So let me see my yeah. I guess it is visible. Please confirm, Seth, if you are there. Hello.
Yes, it's visible for me. And I'm looking at the comments. If I can see if people are not seeing the screen, I will tell you.
Okay, okay, okay. So let's start with like if we will deploy here the Istio and then deploy the fake services, and then there are web API services. We will expose it, and yeah, let's start with our demo. So as everyone knows, like there are simple steps we do first. So like cluster one initialization, then multi-node cluster deployment. So what I'm doing, nothing fancy thing I'm doing. I'm just installing the kind cluster. So I'm creating the multi-node Kubernetes cluster using the kind. Uh, I guess it is done. Yeah, it is pulling and done. It is really nice. Like whenever you do the cloud native stuff, you see like beautiful what do we say, things are added to it because it is open source and everyone can contribute. So they are a really beautiful type of command line replies. What we are seeing here, it is like it is creating the node images and it is preparing the nodes. So meanwhile, I would suggest what is it is there. So yeah, if you run the check.sh script immediately after this deploy sh, so what happens? It will be like it will giving you some JSON path error. So don't worry, just do what just reply it again, like copy that command again and paste it here. So you will not have that much worry. So yeah, it is here only. we have just used one of the Kubernetes cluster installation thing. So it is installing the worker nodes. It is installing the CNI. So everyone is installed by default by our kind of a stuff. So this is Istio. If you know, whenever you want to use the Istio, you need some Istio kernel. So here for ambient, there is already new update is done for the Istio, which provides the ambient mode by default. So how it provides, we will discuss now. But let's go with our next step, which is for our checksum. So yeah, it is showing us like waiting for all the queue system ports to become ready. And yeah, it is not a worry. So let's install our Istio with newest version. You can get it easily on directly on the Istio documentation. Don't worry for it. Yeah, it is downloaded. Now you can extract it using the tar. Once installed, set the profile to ambient. So you don't have to do anything for using the ambient, just set the profile. So there is new profile added to the Istio. Now you can found it into the documentation updates also. So set that profile to ambient. Done. So as you see now, it is providing us by default everything. So Istio core is installed. Now it is processing the resources for Istio. So yes, you see like there is daemon set Z-tunnel. So Z-tunnel, which we discuss, what is it? So we will discuss it further. Another thing is after running the above command, you will get the following output. So whatever I'm discussing, it is here. So you have the ingress gateway installed, CNI installed directly. You have the installation of what do we say? CNI is directly and Z-tunnel and everything is there. So it is taking time, but yeah, it is installing. So by default, the ambient profile has the various things are attached. So what is the CNI? Sorry, I didn't mention it. So as you know, CNI is something whenever you use the cluster or something on the Kubernetes or various deployed models or deployed profiles application, whatever it is. So if your pods want to like do the traffic configuration or something, redirection, or you want to contact between the proxies, so it is done by the CNI plugin. So here we are using this CNI to do the calculation. Let's see if our everything is deployed here. Kubectl git pods. So we will use this namespace for entire purpose from now because here is the namespace where everything will be mentioned. So in Istio system, as we see, CNI nodes are there, ingress is there, Z-tunnel is there. So as you see, there is no sidecar attached to it. How beautiful it is! It is really, it is increasing our time and everything and cost, everything. So we don't have that 2/2 now. It is just 1/1. Congratulations. Oh, sorry for it. You will notice the following ports are deployed. Yeah. So let's deploy some fake services. So what is this fake services we are talking about? So as I told, like there is sample application deployed in the Istio every time. So we are going to use some fake services where we have the purchase history and recommendation system, everything is there. And we will use the slip and non-slip type of a pods. So what they will do, this is like just a call as your client, you can say. So this will use to call the ports and all. So we will use the sleep for successful communication and not sleep for unsuccessful calculation, and we will play around it. So this is nice diagram, you can check it. So don't worry for it. Sorry. Let's deploy our sample application for the fake services. Yeah, so service account not slip is there. Then yeah, not slip is there. Purchase history is created. A recommendation is created. Slip is created, and your web API is also there. So what is next step? You have to deploy this on the call agents. This is our your web API. So whenever you will require to access this website web API on the IPS, you can directly go through this web API colon 8080 and it will show you everything. So as we know, it is showing us inside, like whatever it is inside this web API, it is showing us like hello from web API. It will be displayed easily, and it is showing us the purchase history or whatever it is on the various pages directly to this page, and it will show the whatever it is in the purchase history. So yeah, 200 means success. Expose our web API server. So inbound traffic for the mesh is controlled with Istio ingress gateways. So yeah, whenever you require to access this application, it is really easy now. So ambient is not making your everything complex for you. Here it is really easy for you to just check and yeah, export directly. So as you see, exported, and whenever you call, uh, it will show you the answer. See, it is really easy now. So previously it was not there. So now it what happening? It will directly assigning it to some Istio ingress way. So what it is doing? Here we have some host, and whenever you we are doing the host call, it is directly showing us whatever mentioned in that port previously. So fake services are exposed to different website easily. So, oh, sorry. We don't need the check because we know that. So, sorry for taking your time. Add services to ambient is really easy now. Like you don't require to restart your system. It is just in one go. So as we created what we created previously. So there was fake services application was deployed, and we had some data plane. We had our ambient profile set directly. So what we do, we just need to add one default. So whenever you do the kubectl namespace, various namespace to check the namespaces, you will directly see like let me type directly. Yeah, kubectl. Oh, sorry. So in Istio system, in Istio system, whenever you do, sorry for that. So whenever you see there is a label of a Istio ambient plane. So what is this? In default, there is new data plane defaultly added, which is data plane ambient. So you just have to label it, and now what will happen? Whenever you are using these services, it is just directly to the ambient. So yeah, take a look on the what is the CNI upon set saying the following command. So here it is showing the recommend inbound through as you see. There is adding route to the table. It is creating here, and then yeah, adding route directly to the purchase history, then adding route to the recommendation. So Istio is there. Yeah, ambient is added here. So here you see like it is easily from here easily your ambient is added, and you don't need anything. So as you see, like when our code is matching with namespace level, it is detected. And as introduced previously, so Z-tunnel is running on the same node, so it will do the calculation for the CNIs and stuff. So yeah, we will now go through one small demo. What will happen here? So sleep we will use for the call agent, which will be able to call the web API, but we will do the not sleep, so it will not able to calculate the web API. So it is really easy now. Previously it was really tough. So now it is like it will client slip will calculate to the Z tunnel, and Z tunnel will have some mutual TLS connection between the various another it's like another API, and it has a study core already. So that's what mentioned in this diagram. So as you see, it is really easy. Similar to Sidecar, each service account will be assigned to its own identity, client certificate, and everything. So further, you automatically add your pods key layer 4. So yeah, let's start with our demo. Here what we are using the doing executing the deploy slip sh it is calling the call doing to this web API. So yeah, it is successful. Okay, you can confirm that Z tunnels are mediating the traffic between the client and server by reviewing the Z tunnel logs. So just you have to, sorry, you just have to like grab through various Z tunnel logs. Yeah, what is important here when you see like there is a connect happening. So here from here, as you see, there is connect via upstream. So inbound is happening, virtual inbound is there, and you will also notice like there is a capture outbound, no way waypoint proxy. So yeah, here, mm, yeah, it is here. So what is happening? So Istio control plane Zterminal knows whether there is like waypoint proxy on the server side or not. We will explain this soon, but yeah, we will introduce some policies also. But I think I will not discuss in this demo what these things are because it will go long and all. But yeah, you can try this workshop which I mentioned, and you will get certification and stuff also if you solve the answers correctly, and you will also get the badge. So for now, I would go with our deploy application. So you have to just install this thing, policies, some easy things. So deploy deny all policies. So it will deny everything. So as this thing allow nothing, then you have this call. It will unable to calculate contact as we say. It is no, not allowing anything. So now what is happening? We are using some authorization policy, which has this. Let me show here only. So as you see, like there is principles which says slip can calculate to the. So here it is slip, and it can calculate to the service account. Why it is, yeah, service account. So it can only calculate contact to the service account, and we are allowing it only and not allowing to the another things. So let's do our authorization. It is creating the web API RBAC, recommendation RBAC, purchase history RBAC. Then you should not have now be able to access your web API through this is to explain which we did previously. Yeah, successful. All the best. But if you try to access it from the unauthorized pod, which we discussed previously, not slip, so it will surely fail. Yeah, it is showing you the empty reply from the server. So as you see, we did big thing here, big security calculation we did, communication we did, and we don't have to restart the system. We don't have to do anything. We just have to set some authorization policies, and it was easy to go. Let's skip the third. I don't know. It is like, yeah. So L7 authorization policies, observabilities, things are there. So whenever you are going to calculate to the L7 proxy, L7 policies, it is easy. Like you will go through the Z tunnel, then it will calculate to the contact to the waypoint proxy, and the waypoint proxy will calculate to Z tunnel. So everything is just what happening here. It is like whenever you need to access the L7 policies, you need to go from the L4 to L7 and L7 to L7 to another application. So previously it was really hard when it was calculating contacting to the L7 and then stuff. So here it is like just a millisecond thing is required to contact, and you can easily do the communication. So yeah, this is nice demo. I would really like would have liked to show you, but we have gone out of our time. So yeah, we will discuss it further, or yeah, you can go through this demo and workshop. I would recommend now. So feel free to reach out if you have any doubts. You can comment in the questions. So yeah, a question on we are on the flow. You can ask the questions. So I would really love to answer your questions. Where it is?
Yes, Rohit, can you share the link to those playground so if
Yeah,
people
yeah,
can
yeah.
watch or try out their own?
Yeah, yeah. Let me share it. Where I can share?
You can share the comments as well, and I will later share with everyone the Twitter handle.
Oh, okay, okay. Let me stop my screen sharing. Here it is. Also, yeah, I would provide this slide deck directly to you guys. You can go through it and feel free to reach out if you want anything. So let me share directly the slide if you want. 1 minute. What do you think? Which will be a good way to do it?
Yes, absolutely. So I can share this slide on the community.cncf-Islamabad and also share the link to the slide in the Twitter as well, so people can grab the link and can see what is in there. So that's how you
Yeah.
can coordinate as well.
Okay, okay. I have shared the slide link also. So yeah,
Yes, I can get it. I can get it. Thanks. So, wonderful explanation of all complex concept. We all know service mesh is quite a complex topic, not only
yeah,
for
yeah,
the people who learning it, but also the people who are presenting it, because it has so many details in there. But one thing, like I think today, as of today, in the service mesh space, I think there are two, three ways of thinking about the service mesh. Number one, you have a sidecar. Number two, you don't have a sidecar, but you have a one agent running on each node, and that's
yes,
intercepting the traffic and redirecting the traffic to the particular part. That's number two implementation. Number three is using the eBPF, like extended packet filling. You can get rid of the completely the sidecar, and you can all these do all these things in the kernel or the kernel level. So these are the three implementation. For the ambient, like is it the same way like we have a traffic mesh in the ecosystem that actually not inserting a sidecar, but running the agent on the each node and then intercepting the traffic. So ambient is working the same way, or is it different technology?
yeah. It is. I don't want to vouch on these things, but what is happening here? It is like there is some Z-tunnel agent which is doing the communication entirely through the entire node, not on the different nodes, but it is just one node and one proxy attached to it, which will do everything for you. You don't need to have some various proxies attached to various pods. You just have one proxy in this node, and which will do the communication, traffic redirection. With the help of the CNI, it will be really helpful, as we know. So that's what is going on. If you want to know in deep dive into the same, like how it is different from so you want to discuss, it is like if you want to add some new type of agent into the same, and if you want to secure this node from outer things, as we discuss now. So that kind of a thing is really easier. And as you see, like there is no require to restart your pods or something. You can easily add a new application directly into the same, and it will directly start from there. You don't need to restart stuff. Another thing is like zero trust security is directly from the start. You don't need to add afterwards. It is like by default. And this ambient profile in the Istio, it is by default. Previously, it was not there. Now it is recently added. So what I would suggest, it is not a production ready yet, but yeah, I would recommend you to if you are planning to get into the production system. So it will be available, I guess, from January, February to March in next year. So till that, it is like your big opportunities. Like you can go forward and contribute to the open source, and till that time, you will get recognition. Like you are the early contributors into the HTML mesh. So it is big opportunity. As you are the cloud native person and I am the cloud native person, we know like how big is this achievement. So yeah, as we are all vouching on the same, you guys can also go forward and try out these things.
Yes, absolutely. I think this is a very exciting space to be in there because service mesh has to be stay in a very longer run, like 5, 10 year. You see service meshes in this space, and Ambient is actually I think 1 month old project, and I can
Yeah,
see
yeah.
there
And
are a lot.
big thing is it is like future, it is having the future in the ABPF. So ABPF is also just launched. Another thing, big announcement is Istio is in just last week it is selected as the CNCF incubator project. So what big thing you want? Everything is there. Just go and try it out.
Yes, absolutely. That's a big news. The Istio sail into the CNCF because a lot of the speculation and skepticism around Istio being joining the CNCF. So it's joining the party very late, very late. It's a 217. I think it started in 217, 2018. It's a very long running project in this Kubernetes ecosystem. But eventually, everyone happy because it's joining the CNCF. So that's a good news. And if Istio is in the CNCF, that's mean more contribution from the outsiders, more people can join in, and more people can bring their new ideas into the service mesh
Right.
ecosystem because service mesh has so many implementations in it as of today. And even we have a service mesh interface for that. So this is a very exciting space. I've been working for the service meshes a lot in 2020. So it's been, well, I think that's a great place, everyone who's listening or talking to us as well. So I can share the link with all of you. There is a 2022 Service Mesh Adoption Survey that is being you can download from the Solo website and can read about how the people are using Service Mesh in production. And there's another introduction to this ambient mesh that is on the Istio website. You can read about all the details that Rohit's shown us today on this webinar. And also, there's a wonderful launch demo by the Christian Posta from the Solo founder. And
Another
you
thing,
can,
yeah, another thing I would like to mention, he's like previous chair also. Another thing is he has written that most famous book in the Istio world, which is Istio
yes.
in Action. So if you know that book, Christian was the one who wrote it, and this demo is by him. So nothing is best than understanding from these great legends.
Yes, absolutely. Because I think for me, it's Christian Posta, William Morgan, and Lee Colcote are the go-to resources for me to learn about the service mesh because these are the co-founder of these technologies. So it is another link from the Solo website introducing Istio service ambient mesh, and they can share the detail of the roadmap, how the Istio project started, and when how what the aim of the Istio ambient mesh is. So that's a great detail for anybody. I will share all of these details in the chat session as well. So I think today the takeaway from this explanation is, and Walid is sharing great explanation, right? Love to know more about eBPF service mesh.
Thank
We will definitely coordinate in the future with Rohit on this as well. And in meanwhile, you can look at the implementation of Cilium service mesh that is totally eBPF based. And I think this is a 3 months old project, and I think a lot is going on. And also there are the speculation around do we use eBPF, do we use Sidecar, because both are having some complexity associated with it. So, but we have wonderful demos, and I will share the links where you can run those demos on your own time, free time to work on. And thank you, Rohit, for explanation about these complex concepts in this
you.
collaborative workshop. And we will be in
No
touch in the
worries.
future to have more coordination with you. Thank you, everyone. Stay
Sure.
safe and stay healthy.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.